I don't know. I think change overall. Sometimes it's for the worst, obviously. History is what it is. It's written by winners, written by sometimes assholes. But some things need to change. Like, I think you can't cling to every old way.
That was going to be my next question. Is there something you feel like this would be better if it just changed so much? Like, here's the problem I see here. If it was just done this way, or they did this, or built this thing, it's like this would improve drastically.
I don't have any solutions. That's my problem. I like to complain and then go, now what?
I'm that same way where I just bitch and moan too, and someone's like, "What would you do?" I'd be sitting right here bitching and moaning about it.
Because I'm not going to change.
I will bitch about the heat. I will bitch about the cold. I'll bitch about being young. I'll bitch about being old. I'll bitch about the day. I'll bitch about the night. I'll bitch about the left. I'll bitch about the right. I'll bitch about the start. I'll bitch about the end. I'll bitch about an enemy. I'll bitch about a friend. There you go.
Did you write that?
Kinda.
That was
I
beautiful.
wrote over half of it.
Did you plan that? Did you know you were going to do it here today?
No.
Did you practice it?
Nah,
Did you
but
rehearse it?
it got set up just in time for that.
Yeah.
In time. But yeah, I'm with you. I complain. I'm the naysayer.
And I don't want to be that way. Like, there are some things I can look at and go, like, that's obviously a problem. Like, something needs to change there, but I can't offer that solution.
You can't even, like, here's the idea, like, at least. Like, you have the idea, it's like, oh, if they did that, that could be it. I'm not saying you got to make the change, but, like, well, if it was this, at least it'd be better. He's never thought about this.
Oh,
Neither of them have.
Not, again, it's more like on, I think of all these grand scale problems that's just like, I am definitely so unqualified to even try to think of
Who's
how to solve.
qualified for anything anymore?
I don't know. Who is? We don't ask people their qualifications, we just accept them.
Yeah, we should. We should ask people more about
What's a big...
why they matter.
What can we do? A huge problem. There's a lot of this world who goes fucking hungry all the time, right? People die and starving. How the hell do we fix that? We waste a lot of food. I don't know what other countries are like, but I know in America we waste a lot of food.
We waste a lot of food, and our portion sizes are crazy.
Oh, yeah, Americans. In America, everything's big.
Fucking slamming it.
Is it me?
Everything. Yeah, it's you if you're about to Uno. No. Okay.
But,
The food thing, I don't know. I mean, I would like to think... I don't think we should just send food to other countries, you know what I mean?
well, there becomes a lot of problems with that. That's why they don't let a lot of places give out food to homeless people and stuff, or like give old food that's about to expire to them, because if they get sick or it's like a liability thing. You good man.
That's it.
Yahoo.
Yeah.
There was no way I was getting away with it.
Like 3 more turns, I would have had it. Had it
Things
all.
change, baby girl.
Had it all mapped out.
What if we didn't have world hunger anymore? What if that did change? Like, obviously, no one could sit here and be like, "Well, that would be terrible." Like, 'cause why would that be a bad thing?
That would not be a bad change.
But why is that change so hard for us?
Well, what are those people that make the commercials at 3 a.m. going to do? If they can't be like, look at Mugu for only 25 cents a day.
Do they? No, they don't still make those. Who
They
watches
still make
commercials?
those commercials.
So I
People
pay not
without-
to have commercials.
Yeah, people without YouTube Premium, which thanks for the hookup on that one,
Mm-hmm.
which is the people that do it. He's just like you, except he was born with AIDS. It's like, oh, we're coming out the gate swinging on this ad. All right.
You know, I think those commercials are, what's the word? Active for what they're trying to do. I think a lot of people become desensitized and they just get mad because it's a commercial.
It's like, great, I gotta sit through this.
Yeah, and they don't care about the starving kids now because the starving kids made them have to sit there and watch starving kids.
Well, I think it's that, and I think it's the mentality that a lot of people have now too. It's like, well, Africa is just a big fucking wasteland. Like, there's just lions and HIV over there. And it's like it's not. Like there are big actual thriving cities. That's just never talked about on anything.
Well, then that's a whole thing, right? Because then all that comes out, because a lot of people ask, like, well, why don't they just move somewhere else? And then it's like, that's, what would you call it? Immigration?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, I mean, that's a huge problem here is people trying to, like, move around and they're like, no, go back to your state. We don't want you here. It's like, I don't know African politics, but how are the other African countries if a bunch of, like, people in the third world countries are just starting to move in?
I don't know because it gets into that's a change that would be a real growing pain because it gets into kind of like the sovereign Indian nations existing inside the United States. It's like, okay, well, Yeller. It's that concept of like, well, if like all the Yaquis or all the Cherokees or something just uprooted and moved to another state, like would they still have all the same rights they had in the first state? And like, what would be this? What would be that? No. So I don't know if like the African like bush tribes existing within the other countries are like a sovereign nation that are recognized by all of Africa, to where like they could move somewhere else, or
Like
what the system would actually be. You know what I mean?
Like, I never hear about any other, I don't know, governments, leaders over there, like, reaching out and being like, here, we have a program we're going to try to put into. I don't know. I just don't know. Sierra, remind me to look up African politics.
Well, I know the UN was like, you guys can't have an industrial revolution.
What?
Yeah, this was like years and years and years ago. Because they were talking about it. Because, you know, that's why so many European countries and America are, you know, not third world countries, basically. It's because we had all that stuff and we learned how to mass produce things and yada, 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 yada. So in a lot of countries in Africa went forth, the UN was like, you're going to punch a hole in the ozone, don't do it. Or you're gonna make the hole in the ozone bigger.
So you got to be better than the industrial.
That we started. So you got to be better than the Industrial Revolution, but we're not going to let you have an Industrial Revolution.
So this is kind of stuck then.
Kinda. Unless people just start importing shit to them and they figure out a way to, like, go green real fast.
I mean, they could. I mean, I feel like, isn't it like if you just, I feel like they've done a lot of research, and I don't have to cite the sources though, of course. But like
it's the internet, fuck it.
But if I'm a respected journalist, Isaiah, I don't play by those free rules. The rest of the world does.
I forgot that you wrote for the Gaping Gazette. Please continue.
No, but isn't that the whole idea is like you can like if you build solar like large solar panel fields in certain places, you could create a lot of like free energy. And I feel like there's that like in Africa, of, like they certainly could do it. We could do it here. A lot of places can.
Don't you get into the problem though of like, well, we have to pay to upkeep these every like what 5-10 years. They all have to be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the waste of the old panels.
No, but then it's who's the we in the situation, too.
Yeah.
You, me, everyone in this room, baby.
Because so many people get so mad, like when America tries to do anything for another country, they're like, stop, you need to focus on what's happening here. And at what point I don't know, how does the world take care of each other?
Exactly. The whole thing is like, whose fucking problem is it now? It's not mine.
Yeah. You think, you live in a whole nother country. You're like, okay, I don't have to worry about that.
What do I care?
I think what starts all that is that Americans are that comfortable that they're just like, what am I going to do?
You guys are helping Africa.
I'm full. I have a car. I have a refrigerator.
The refrigerator's
What am I going to do?